So we now have built all our models. Oops, that's the common file. We've built all our models and we've set up Retrofit to handle our HTTP connection. So we're pretty set to start working with this API and getting JSON. We just need to start working on our UI. So we need to change the layout to coordinate layout. So you're just going to go change your layout to coordinate layout, which will give us lovely stuff like behaviors, which allows us to have scrollable behavior and animations, as well as that it works really well with view pages and tabs, which you would have understood if you watched the previous video. Now, if you've upgraded to Android version 3.6, the toggles between your design view, your text view, and a very nice split between the two is actually up here now. So if you're lost for a little while, it's right there. If we now want to add an app bar, and you will see that we cannot add. Oh, we can. So we can go add this app bar layout. If your app bar layout, I'm just going to do this guy. If your app bar layout is not popping up, you have to go into your Gradle and you have to add your, I wonder why it's working because I've taken my out. You have to make sure that you have the Google Material Design dependency in here. So I actually took mine out so that I can show you that it should be there. So it's quite interesting that it didn't pick up, that it's not there anymore. But you have to implement the Google Material Design dependency, which is mainly for UI elements. And without that, your app bar won't show up. But our app bar did show up. So we're going to have a width and a height. So the width is match parent and the height is wrap content. But the other thing we have to do is we have to give this guy a style. So we're going to say Android. Android theme. And we're going to set this theme to a style. And you'll see up pop widget app compat action bar. If it doesn't, just double click it and we're going to set that theme to it. Now we are going to use this app bar to actually house a toolbar for us, and I've linked in a document for you on VC Learn that explains why we do this, because app bars are actually very old and they're displayed differently on different phones and in different apps, and it's really, really yucky. And one way to do that is to actually work with your toolbar inside your app bar, which is what we are going to do here, is we're going to add a toolbar. So we're just going to say we want to add a toolbar and we want the Android X app compat widget toolbar. And we're also going to set some things here. Okay, the first thing that we want to do is we want to say that we want to the width to match the parent, but the height, we want to set it to the sort of exact same height as the action bar. And Android has this very nice little go. If you type a question mark, and if you then type attrib, so ATTR for attributes, you will see it will give you the attributes of the heights and sizes of things, and you can go look for action bar size. And it will set this action bar the same width and height as that action bar. So we're going to get that in there. And then we're just going to set a few other little thingies in there. The next thing we want to do is we want to give it a color. So I don't like the default color, so I'm going to go and find a hex color picker. Excuse the Twitter there in the background. So I'm going to go find a hex color picker, and I'm just going to go set a color that I can live with, which is usually there in the greens. And yeah, maybe something like this. Let's take this guy. We take this color. We go back into our app. We go into colors. And we go add a new color. So color name equals toolbar. And we just give the hash value of that color, and the color will pop up there in the side for us. So in our main activity, we can then go and set the color for this guy as well. We can go Android and we can say background and we can say add color toolbar. That's the one little thing we want to say. And now we're going to set some scroll flags. Okay. Whoops. First, we're going to break our app. Okay, and I'm going to talk about what a scroll flag is in a minute. So we're going to say app, we're going to say layout scroll flags, and we're going to set it to enter always. And I have also sent you guys some, well, upload some documents for you. It explains what all of this stuff means. But basically what enter always means is if you scroll down, the up bar will disappear, but the minute there's new content, it will come back. So there's different settings where the up bar or your toolbar could always show. There's one where it scrolls away, and there's one where it snaps back quite quickly, and that's enter always. But like I said, I've put some documents in there for you guys. And then we want to give him a pop-up theme because remember he pops back up. So we're going to go say up pop-up theme, and this is also going to be at a style. So some stuff will pop up for you here already, and we are looking for at style theme app compat day night because that's just a nice one color-wise. So that is basically what we want in our toolbar. Now our toolbar has to host some tabs for us. So the next thing we're going to go do is we're going to set a tab layout. Whoops. We're going to go set a tab layout, which is for some reason now won't give me. Let's see if we just look for tab. There we go. It will give us a tab layout. Again, the width match the parent, the height we want to wrap the content around whatever we have there. And now we have to go get some information there as well. So, oops, I don't want that ending. Let me just stop that. Oh, just like this one. And in there we have to do some settings as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to set the tab mode. So we're going to say app tab mode, and we're going to set that to fixed so that we can't scroll, this doesn't scroll away, the tab stays there. And the next one is app tab gravity, and we're going to set that to full. So we're going to fill that whole little tab up. And there's something I want you guys to realize. So we keep saying Android and we keep saying app, and that's coming from the top here. So that is XML namespaces, and we spoke about that in the previous app as well. And we got tools here, and we got app here, and these namespaces are what gives us the extra XML values. You can actually add other ones and have access to a whole lot more stuff. So go fiddle with that. And as you can see, this all should live in the app bar layout. Okay. So we also want a view pager, and you all have watched the previous video, so you know what a view pager is. But if you have not, go and watch it, and I'll talk to you as I go. So we'd like to add a view pager, and we're going to set the width and height to match parent because we want it to fill the rest of our screen. We're not going to add anything in it, so we're just going to add the line like this. We want to give this guy a behavior. So we're going to say app layout behavior, and we're going to set it scrollable. So we're going to do that with at string, and it will pop up for you almost automatically with string at bar scrolling view behavior. So we can scroll up and down and left and right in this guy, and we have to go give him an ID. So we're going to say Android ID, and I'm going to say better pager. And we also have to go and give an ID to our tab. So we're going to say Android ID. Better tabs, oops, not tabs. And we want to go give one to our toolbar. So Android ID. Better toolbar. So far it doesn't look like we have any errors. Let's go look at what that layout looks like, if it has worked. It has. There's our app bar. Our app bar contains the toolbar. There's a tab layout, and there's our view pager. So we have this sort of set up the way we want to. Oops, what did I just do? No. We have this set up and ready to go. So we'll work with this a bit further in the next video.